turn some pages to find this for you. I'll translate it so I can find out. Aha, there we go. So, if you can see that, just at the bottom there, plates of meat means feet, and it first appeared in print in 1887. When an edition of referee includes the lions as she walks along the street with her little plates of meat and the summer sunshine falling on her golden barnet fair. So there you go, plates of meat is feet. So I'm going to just pop that back over on the right for you. Let's come back up to the top again. Half inch. Half inch now. Let me, as a Cockney, put that into a sentence for you. I bought a new car. To my misfortune, somebody half-inched it. I was a little bit upset when somebody half-inched my motor. Now, what are we thinking, people? I'm going to come back over to the dictionary for you. And I'm going to be looking slowly for the H section to find half-inch, and there we are. At the bottom there, if I can find it. Half-inch is pinch to steal. So I had a motor and somebody half-inched it. Somebody stole my car. First recorded in 1925 as in, who half-inched me half and half. Two Cockney rhyme slangs in one there. Popping that back over to the right. Now, current bun, mate. I went over to Spain to get a nice bit of currant bun. I love the summer because I can get outside in the current. Love a bit of old currant bun. Coming back over to the dictionary. Current bun is sun. I went to Spain to get a nice bit of current, a nice bit of sun. When the Sun's owners, well, this is actually a Sun newspaper, but it translates into the sun that's in the sun in the sky. When the Sun's owners, News International launched free internet access via its website in 1999. They traded on the rhyming slang by calling it currentbun.com. So there's a newspaper called The Sun in the UK, and they actually used the Cockney rhyme slang to play on the name of their newspaper. But it's for The Sun. Now, back over to the left here, Jimmy Riddle. What are we thinking, Jimmy Riddle? I drank 4 pints of beer and I really needed a Jimmy Riddle. Back over to the dictionary. Have a little gander on that while I just flick through for you. No rush. Jimmy Riddle is piddle when you go for a wee, shall we say. First recorded in the 1930s and has become a universal byword for bladder emptying, sometimes shortened to just Jimmy, as in get him in while I go, get him in while I go for a Jimmy. Get the drinks in while I go for a Jimmy, or I go for a Jimmy Riddle Piddle. Popping that boat over on the right for you now. pub, I like to call myself a sherbet. Always make sure you book a sherbet in advance, innit? Because you never know when you might need to book a sherbet. So I'm just pop that over to the dictionary, just outside guys, just going to slowly turn these pages for you. No rush. And where are we? Oh, here we go. Sherbet dab is a cab or a taxi. Always make sure, just there, always make sure you call yourself a sherbet. Now I might have said this a couple of times in previous videos, what we're thinking here. Cup of rosy. Go and put the kettle on and make me a cup of rosy. Here in England we all do love a cup of rosy. Sorry, Rosie Lee. I missed the Lee out. You can say Rosie. Rosie Lee. Now, I'm just going to flip through again slowly. No rush. Rosie Lee. And there we are. Rosie Lee is tea. Go and make yourself a cup of Rosie. Rosie Lee tea. The identity of the original Rosie Lee remains a mystery, but the rhyme bearing her name is believed to have originated around the time of the First World War, so that's how far it goes back. Just popping the dictionary back on the right for you. How about this then? Tea leaf. Tea leaf. Be careful out and about with your belongings, because there's a tea leaf about. Watch out, because there's a tea leaf and he's after what's in your pockets. Back over to the dictionary. Just going down to the tea to find tea leaf. What are we thinking? And there we are, right at the top left there. Tea leaf is thief. First heard around the start of the 20th century and still in all too frequent use. I do use that one myself now and again. I use plenty of these myself actually. Now what about this one here? Duck and dive. Duck and dive. It's not used that much. I went out with my mates, we had a bit of a duck and dive. Went out to the club, went out to the bar, we had a bit of duck and dive. What are we thinking on that then? There was an sentence for you, a bit of duck and dive, mate. Just going up to the D. Duck and dive. Jive. Jive is in dance. Went out with my mates, had a bit of a jive, a little bit of a duck and dive, a little bit of a dance. Popping that back over on the right now. Syrup of figs. Syrup of figs. Or syrup. Sometimes say syrup. So I think that geezer is wearing a syrup. I think that geezer might possibly have a syrup on the top of his head. Let's pop back over and find out what syrup is. Well, what are we thinking? There's your clue there. I think that geezer is wearing a syrup on top of his head. Going to the S. syrup, a big wig. I think he's wearing a syrup, the 1980s rhyme based on the dreaded laxative syrup of pigs. The phrase is usually condensed to syrup. There we go. Now we're in the middle here, we've got in the middle with the word Cockney. Mate, it's great being a Cockney. Now this word here, the next one, boat race. I think I've said this a couple of times. Yeah, boat race. You put makeup on your boat. You put makeup on your boat race. Boat race is face. Putting makeup on your face on your boat. The university boat race was first staged in 1829. It was not until after the Second World War that the term caught on as an expression for face. What about this one here then? Whistle and flute. Whistle and flute. When I go to a wedding, I like to wear a lovely whistle and flute, mate. I love a nice whistle. There's not enough opportunities to wear a whistle. I love wearing a whistle. Let's pop over back again to the dictionary to have a little butchers and find out what whistle and flute is. Just going over to the W, bit more towards the end. Gone a little bit too far there. I like wear a whistle and flute at a wedding. Why is that? Because whistle and flute is suits, usually shortened to whistle, as in I've only gone and spilt rockinals down me loo whistle. Beautiful, beautiful. So what about this then? Tomfoolery. I do like to go out on a Saturday night and wear a little bit of tom. When I go out on a date, I always make sure I accessorise and have a nice bit of tom on me. How about that? Right, let's pop back over to the dictionary. I'm going to go over to the T. What are we thinking? Do nice, like a nice bit of tom. Just at the top there. Tomfoolery is jewellery in use since the 1930s, chiefly as underworld slang for stolen jewellery. It was soon shortened to tom. Nice bit of jewellery on me when I go on a Saturday night, Tom. Now what we're thinking about here, your Lionel Blairs. Back in the day, a lot of people used to like wearing Lionel Blairs. They don't really wear them anymore. I think it was maybe in the 60s they used to wear them. But let's pop over to the L section in the dictionary to find out what Lionel Blairs is. And there we go. Lionel Blairs. If we're going for one, Lionel Blair is chair, but if it's Lionel Blair's plural, it is flares. Specifically flares, but you can refer to trousers as well. After the happy Ufa, who carried off the 70s fashions with more style than most Lionel Blairs, is flares, mate. Pop that back over on the right for you now. Very well known one here. Dog and bone. Dog and bone, what are we thinking? I'm gonna make a call to my mate on the dog and bone. Where's your dog and bone? I need to make a call. What are we thinking? Let's pop back over to the dictionary once again. Over to D section. There we go. Very popular one. This is dog and bone. His phone first recorded in 1961, as in get on the dog and order us a Ruby, and Ruby is what we'll be coming to in just a moment here. Now what about this one here then? Apples and pears. This is a very popular one as well. A lot of people would know this. Apples and pears. Right. Go up the apples and get me my dog and bone. My dog and bone is up the apples. Got past it already, so we're going A. Apples and pears is. I've gone past it twice. There we go. There we go. Apples and pears. This phrase has its origins from the 19th century when market stalls was arranged here fruit in steps or stairs with the shiniest apples and pears at the front. That's how it come about. Ain't that funny? They literally made stairs out of the apples and pears. Now, we was just this one a minute ago. Ruby Murray. Remember, get on your dog and order us a Ruby. Get on your dog and order us a Ruby. A Ruby Murray. Let's pop back over to the dictionary once again. Order us a Ruby. What are we thinking when we order a Ruby? Ruby Murray is curry. Get on your phone and order us a curry. Curries are very popular here. Cockneys do love a curry, mate. I'm telling you, I love a curry. Even though her heyday was the 1950s Irish singer Ruby Murray, who lived from 1935 to 1996, was still fresh in the public's minds when the great curry boom hit Britain in the early 70s. And everyone loves a Ruby still now, so the boom is still here. Next one here, just on your left, a little one here, trouble and strife. Where you don't want to upset your trouble and strife, mate. Watch out, you do not. I'm telling you, you do not want to upset your trouble. What are we thinking then? Trouble and strife if you don't want to upset your trouble. What are we thinking? Let's go to T to find trouble. Slowly, no rush, as usual. Trouble and strife. His wife, you don't want to upset your wife, mate. Don't upset your trouble. Although the term implies marital discord, is generally used affectionately. It's used in a more comedic way, affectionately. For your wife, Barney Rubble is the next one. Barney Rubble. Now, I don't know if you've seen the movie Ocean's 11. I love this scene. It's a scene with the actor Don Cheadle. He plays a Cockney in the movie and he's having a chat with George Clooney, Brad Pitt and all his pals. And I can't remember the exact words, but it says something along the lines of, if we do this, we're all going to be in Barney. And they all look at him pretty cluelessly and he goes, Barney Rubble. Again, they're clueless, and then he comes out with the actual meaning, which is, I'm going to show you now. We're all going to be in Big Barney. We better watch out, mate, or we're going to be in Big Barney. Well, I'm going to the other one. Let me go back. Barney. I've gone too far again. Oh, I don't Adam and Eve yet. Oh, wow, wait. I don't Adam and Eve it. first time I've looked for that in this dictionary, and I'm blown away. I do not have to believe it. That's a very popular one, and I ain't got Barney Rubble on it. Wow. Okay. Barney Rubble is trouble. You better watch out, otherwise you might get into a Barney. You went down the pub and had a bit of a Barney with a geezer, you had a bit of trouble. I'm quite surprised that's not in the Cockney rhyming slang dictionary, because that's a very popular one. But there you go. On to the next one here, loaf of bread. Loaf of bread. Use your loaf, mate, when you're doing a quiz. Well, don't be so stupid. Use your loaf. Loaf of bread. His head, I've used that one before in another video, I do believe. Possibly I've used a few of these, to be honest. Loaf of bread is your head. Use your head, use your loaf. Always shorten a loaf, as in the familiar expression, use your loaf, which is exactly what I just said there. Meaning be sensible, which first appeared in print in 1938. Rub a dub. Rub a dub. What are we thinking? I went out on a Friday night with the boys to the rub a dub. I went out and had a few drinks down the rub a dub. And we are there. Rub-a-dub is pub. Rub-a-dub has been used as a prime for pub since the early 20th century and is generally abbreviated to rubber. Rub-a-dub pub. I went down to Rub-a-dub on a Friday night now. We've got the last one just here. Brahms and Liszt. Brahms and Liszt. Now, I've actually checked for that and it ain't in the dictionary either. I'm very, very surprised that Barney Rubble weren't in there, because that's a very popular one. But I went out on a Friday night and I got absolutely Brahms. I went to the Rub-a-dub on a Friday and got Brahms in the Rub-a-dub. Brahms and Liszt. I'll tell you what that means. Pissed. Brahms and Liszt is pissed. I went out on a Friday night and got pissed. It's a little bit of a naughty one there for you. So there we go, you lot. There's your education today on a little bit more Cockney rhyme slang. I do hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, I do try and change up and switch up the old ASMR videos to see what you like, see what it's. But again, leave us a comment of what you want to see. I have been looking at the comments and I've got a little bit of a backlog now of stuff I've got to be doing for people. So thank you very much for those comments. Leave us a like if you could, that'd be fantastic. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Cheers guys. Thanks very much once again.